after the family.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, we're about to take the face off, so hopefully for the Raptors that's only cost them the one goal while they kill some time here. But the timeouts are about over, and I think they had to fix the clock, so this is all working for the Raptors.
It is a bit of a hot mess to the start of this game.
Yeah, but I mean, East Coast is good level hockey, but you're dealing with more of the realities of life for this sort of hockey.
Yeah.
Guys drive up in their cars. It's not all buses and planes and all that really organised stuff of AIHL. And you do get hassles like this sometimes. So we've got a real milling around here, Raptors, and they're trying to kill some time. And I think the North Stars are like, well, it's okay, we're just going to wait for you. So that's pretty nice of them.
You don't want to score. Oh, we don't have a goal anymore.
I think it's still been fixed.
Okay.
Pretty sure it'll go up. Still counted. Face off and Newcastle North Stars have the puck. That's Sam Lammett with the puck, but he's handed it off, and we've got contesting the puck right now in the neutral zone. It's into Newcastle's end and cleared. Back it goes, and it'll be picked up deep and skated out. I'm not getting the numbers very well from here, so apologies if I don't get you all the names. Off the boards, and Alan Campbell, recently returned to the North Stars, comes up and lays down a big hit. And stop a play. I don't know if he got called for it, if it was just...
This is an icing.
It was an icing call. So the player trying to get rid of the puck, that was Paul Bond, actually, who's been playing East Coast for many years. I don't know if he ever played AIHL. I think he might have played for the Bears at one stage, but he's definitely been playing East Coast Super League for at least, I would say, a decade. Very experienced player. And Alan Campbell looks happy to be back in the AHL. That was a nice pass off the boards and nearly got around Matt Price, but down it goes deep and it'll be picked up by number 14 for the North Stars, of which I have no number. Loose in front, chance for the Raptors. No, it's picked up by Newcastle, and they do clear. Now they're going to take the left wing option. But they turn around by the Raptors on the counter-attack. In they go. That looks like 26, 25, James Barton right now. Into the corner. Try to get the blue line, but it's cut up by the Newcastle's defence. And it'll be picked up down low by 14 from Newcastle.
Which is actually Matt Price.
It's Matt Price.
Yes.
That explains it. There he is down the bottom. So actually, Matt Price, I think, played for number 14 when he was played for AHL. His last game was, I think it's the final of 2011.
I think he only stepped back on the ice again probably 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Right.
From what I saw.
Well, I've seen... First time in 6 years, that makes... Yeah, that's right. He hadn't been playing for 6 years. It was the AHL final of 2011 when he last played this... Well, it wasn't this grade, but high-level hockey. And he just returned the ice, and he's already looking pretty good. He was a pretty good player for Newcastle back then. That kind of way, and we've got a contest for the puck in neutral ice, and it goes now to the Raptors in green. They're going to take it up the left wing. Into the zone they go, avoiding the check there of Kyle Andrews. And into the corner, they battle for the puck. Chipped out, but kept in at the blue line. A long shot goes instead around the boards. And it's picked up by Newcastle, and they'll get it out of the zone. The pass connects.
I don't know why they wouldn't just shoot.
Cooper Naden, and
Offside.
it's offside. And they've got a goalie.
Back.
So Raptors have done well. They've just lost the one goal in that time. Great pressure on Newcastle to keep the puck down the other end, and Newcastle didn't look really like getting a goal in that time, even though there was no goal.
No, they weren't as hungry as the Raptors were, obviously.
Having 6 helps, but still, it's a good effort. Raptors now with a bit of extra oomph after getting the goal in. A bit more confidence, take a shot, but it's out of play. We'll have a stop of play. Of course, the clock does not stop. We're down to 14 minutes and 48 and ticking.
So we've got Matt Taylor as our captain as well this year, which is his first time being a captain for East Coast Super League, from what I understand. It's definitely a big influence on the team.
Gavin Thurston's been the captain for this team for a long time.
Oh, he's lost his stick.
Yeah.
He's in the goals with no stick.
He just threw that puck, shoveled it with his blocker. He's got a stick back now, and he's ready to go. Just as well, the Raptors are breaking into the zone. Takes a shot. Goal! Scored by Raptors. We'll see if we can get a number for you, but that's a great way to start back again when you get your goalie. Is quickly get that equaliser, and we've got a 1-1 game. 14. It was around about the 14:10 mark, 14:15, and we're down to 14 minutes as the clock ticks.
They're definitely looking like they're trying. They're putting in that extra little bit of effort that Newcastle isn't just yet. But this first line that they have should really set the speed for the rest of the team, so they might pick it back up now that it's 5-on-5.
Face off, and that's whistled out. I think we're going to have another one. Newcastle's player is waved out of the circle. That was Matt Taylor, 94. Face off, won by Newcastle. They're going to take him in the zone, chip it in, and they do get it past number 14, I think it was. No, it's 47, Spence. I think it's Spence Austin. No, it's not. It is Spence Austin. There you go. His dad's name's Steve Austin. Now, I don't know how many people that's significant to, but the $6 million man was a big superhero when I was a kid. And his name was Steve Austin. Alan Campbell kicks at the puck to clear it. He's working down there with Matt Taylor. And it's the Raptors putting the pressure on. So we've got a few veterans and a few young guys on both teams, and that's probably not unusual because you've got guys who are trying to break in AHL teams, and you've got guys who have been playing in AHL and that still want to play competitive hockey. This is the best around. It's the East Coast Super League. There is a website for ECSL. Look it up. Race to the puck. That was won by the Raptors. But Newcastle have it in their end as the puck goes back and forth. Neutral zone. Up the right wing for the Raptors. And Matt Price is there to greet them with a check, and so the puck goes back for Paul Bond to get, but there's icing called on Newcastle, and we're going to stop a play. That looks like Darren Hardy-Hawkins is one of our linesmen tonight.
Yep, we have Peter Payne as the other linesman, and Rick West is our ref.
So pretty familiar group.
Yeah.
There's two of those guys are regulars here for AHL games as well. Newcastle with a rush into the zone they go. David
Big
Jeremy
hit.
carrying the puck. Jeremy shakes it off. I think it was Paul Bond. And once in the boards again goes David Jeremy. Skating it out is Jaden Ryan. And pursuing the puck now, Riley Ryan, deep in Newcastle's end to the right of Darren Wade, the goalie for the North Stars. Off his pads it goes, and out to Cooper Naden. He'll bang it off the boards in his own end to try and get around to defenseman, and it is cleared out and neutralised, but thrown straight back in, but off a body, and Newcastle pushing it forward. Around the player with a stick check, and Newcastle driving the net. Takes a shot, and the save made by number 1, Dale Tilston. Newcastle with the puck in their zone, making the breakout. They got the middle, and it's missed the player, and it's going to be icing.
This is actually Darren Wade's first East Coast Super League game this season. So he's been backing up for Harley Quinton Jones, who also has been backing up for the Newcastle North Stars. So this is Darren's first game. He's geared up. Usually he plays Senior Division 1 last year, but it's good to see him on the ice. Yeah, well, I've played in-house as well, and Darren's done a lot, years and years of that. Yeah, he used to be my goalie on our team as well, so I do have a bit of a soft spot for him. He's a good guy. Back underway, and Newcastle won that face-off, but it was pushed forward, and now the Raptors are going to send it back in and make them chase. Pressure on the North Stars, they try to break out. It's touched, so there won't be icing, but it's now under the control of the Raptors. Kept in the blue line just by Matt Price. He's looking pretty good considering he's just got back on the ice. I mean, it's been 6 years for Matt Price, but I think it's been maybe 10 years for Alan Campbell since he was skating regularly and playing NHL. 2006 or 2007, I think, was his last season with the AHL team. Raptors now, they've got the puck, they're going to dump a chase, but it's gone to Newcastle defenders, and the North Stars will set it out. So this Raptors team based out of Penrith, and they're called now the Penrith Raptors.
for
all
some
I can think
time.
of is Jurassic Park.
Yeah. for some, I'm not going to make any jokes about Penrith then. Al Campbell getting the puck away. Sam Lambert with a shot, and it's just wide of Tilstead. Wraparound attempt there by Matt Taylor, and it's knocked down. Newcastle getting another shot on Tilstead, and that's going off the side of the net. That was pretty close. Sam Lambert again. This guy's been close to being picked in the AHL team a few times, and a close-in shot for Matt Taylor, but it couldn't quite connect with some good stick checking by the defenders, and looks like the Raptors, no, they're not going to get it out yet on the second attempt, and it's blocked by the body of Taylor. Now the Raptors get it out, and they've got pressure on Newcastle's zone in the pass, so it doesn't connect well, and it's knocked away by number 4, Luke Shaffrin. So Luke Shaffrin, buddy of Pat Naden, who's killing it right now in the AHL, got another goal yesterday. I used to coach Luke Shaffrin and Patrick Naden with Luke Shaffrin's dad, Scott, here a good 10 years ago or more.
Luke Shaffrin's played for Australia before, hasn't he?
Maybe in the
under-21s team?
The Australian youth team, perhaps, yeah. I don't think the junior team, but maybe the youth team.
Okay.
We've got a penalty being called, and I thought it was going to be on the Raptors, but actually on the North Stars. So
I think it was checking to the head, or possibly boarding.
All right, but it looks like it's going to be a 2 and 10, if that's the case. I do see a 2 on the board. If there's a 10 misconduct, they'll need to send another player. It looks like Alan Campbell is in the wrong penalty box.
Another thing about playing a local game, you only have one penalty box person. So
yes.
they're climbing over the divider between them.
Yeah. Back underway, and North Stars are killing this penalty. The clock has started. It was around about 7:10 when this penalty began. We've got 1:46 left of this penalty, so it's run time. So the penalties can be shorter if you get some stop of play, so it might even be a good tactic sometimes to burn some time with them, with some stop of plays occasionally. If you get your goalie to freeze it, it could be a good tactic to burn some penalty kill time. 1-1 the score. We've got 6:37 left in this first period. Remember, it's run time, so the clock will continue to tick at the stop of play. Up to the point. It's not kept in, and dribbled out to neutral ice. Forecheck on Spence Austin there by number 28, Mitchell Head.
He only started playing about 6 years ago, interestingly. I started at the same time that he did, and now he's an East Coast player and I'm still playing in-house, so I don't know what went wrong there.
Don't lose sight of your dreams, Lucy.
Yeah. I'll get to East Coast one day. All I have to do is be a man.
Yeah, unfortunately they don't let the girls play full body contact.
After midgets.
After midgets, yeah.
After midgets is the last year that women can play a mixed contact league.
I wonder if that'll change. I mean, it's changed for rugby league.
Yeah.
They had to play contact now. I mean, considering the protective equipment and how much injuries rugby league players get, I think it's a safer option.
Considering women still have to wear cages and men don't, I think we're still going to be waiting a while though.
And do you have to wear a mouth guard even with a face cage?
No one has to wear mouth guards anymore.
Okay. It used to be the case under 18s for all players.
Even Adams and Pee-wee used to have to wear mouth guards anymore.
Chance for the Raptors in close, and a shot on Wade, and he covers up. Good save there by Darren Wade. The penalty had expired, but we're down to just over 5 minutes left here in the first.
Do we know how long he's in the penalty box for now?
The next stop of play, I'll be able to leave.
Okay.
Yeah. So the whistle blew before Al Campbell was able to get out.
Okay.
So when the puck drops, which is now, he's allowed to get on the ice, and he does. And he's
Hopefully they
immediately
pass
gone the
it.
cherry pick, which is not a bad plan, but it's been picked off by the wary defence of number 16, Paul Bond, the captain of the Raptors. Can't keep that in, Bond, and that's gone down to the far end, and there's a foot race on, but not a very vigorous one, because it's already been blown down by, who'd you say
Peter Payne.
was Peter Payne?
Yeah.
Is the extra linesman today.
He's one of our local midgets players' dads.
Right.
So it's really good to have some local linesmen and refs
It
because
sure
we
is.
are
Yeah.
running short on them at the moment.
Yeah.
And I think all clubs are.
And to have parents that are willing to do a job like referee is vital for the sport, especially at the local level.
He's also the assistant coach of the midgets team, so he's definitely keeping busy.
He's definitely a contributor.
Yeah, for sure.
Chipped out. Can't keep. Oh, good work by the Raptors keeping in the North Star zone. They're keeping the pressure on. Newcastle had a chance to clear, couldn't get it out. But now it's bounced off a skate of a Raptors player, and Newcastle do break it out. Nice pass under the stick with a bit of speed there on the Sam Lammett's stick. He passes it inside. Backhand attempt for Campbell, but he's trying to wrestle the puck down. It's bouncing around. He's gone behind the net. Kept in by Taylor. Takes a shot. A deflection attempt by Lammett. He has the speed. He has the speed of an AHL player. And he's definitely got some skills. And chance front. And a good stop by Tilstead on Matt Taylor. Right in front. Trying to stuff it 5-hole.
Sam Lammet seems to be the only player in the North Stars really giving them the chance to get down and get a shot on. Seems to be the contributing factor.
He's definitely a guy with that hustle at that level.
Yeah.
He's probably one of the closest players to playing for the North Stars AHL that hasn't made it that there's been for a long time. He's usually here at the training camps every year, and he always looks good. And it might be that he just enjoys playing East Coast. A lot of these guys do actually prefer it.
Yeah, it's a bit more of a not so much less competitive, but slightly more casual.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a little bit more freedom with their time.
They do, and it's not as much travel. You don't have 2-day trips to Adelaide. And
yeah.
I mean, last weekend the AHL guys were in Melbourne. This weekend they're in Adelaide. You've got trips to Perth and another one to Melbourne coming up as well. So it's a lot more taxing on your time. These guys have careers. Newcastle clear the puck. It's been waved off as it was just dribbling across the red line. Paul Bond will clear it, and it's going to be picked up on initial ice. I didn't get that number. This guy in the cage from Newcastle, but it's now under Raptors' control in their end. But Sam Lammet first the puck.
With the cage.
Yeah, who was it?
Jaden Whitbread.
Thank you.
So he went over to play in Canada, I'm fairly sure, about 2 or 3 years ago.
I think I've heard of him, yeah.
Yeah.
And those guys are always got an edge. Always guys like Pat Naden and Liam Waring, those guys that get to play in Canada or Europe.
Also,
penalty killing.
Cooper Naden on this team for the North Stars has also gone over there. Pat Naden's younger brother.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a bit of a off-ice and on-ice relationship with Corey Sheridan. They're buddies, so they're often out together and working together to get that puck down there.
We've got a face-off to the right of Tilstead, and the Raptors' end. There's just over 1 minute remaining in the period. That's cleared by Ben Austin, kept in at the blue line by Newcastle. So Newcastle with an opportunity here. That's Alan Campbell. His pass is intercepted, and the Raptors rushing down. And could have been called there with a slash from Sam Lammet, but he's not been picked up by Rick West, and Newcastle clear it. And it's dribbling down because they're killing the penalty. They have no worries about icing at the moment. Spence Austin will send it around the board. It's going back to Newcastle players. This time it's Josh Hansen, and he will get it out to one of his teammates and dumps it into the Raptors' end. Not before Alan Campbell takes a chance on a hit on Spence Austin, who is also a pretty great guy for putting on the hit.
Oh, and just tripped over his own feet.
Somebody's put tape on his skates. So Rob Dewhurst was one who told me about that trick. So we've got the stand named after Rob Dewhurst, 1960s Olympian, and he was our honorary, puck dropper for many years. He was our, and he also played local with a lot of us here in house. I don't know if you ever got to play with him, Lucy.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, he probably stopped playing around about 2011, 2012. I think it was his last season.
Yeah. So he was leaving as I was starting.
Yeah, pretty much. And he was one who told me that they had one of their rookies and they put sticky tape on his blades. And it was a big opening night and everyone's skating out and they send out the rookie and they put tape on his skates. So as soon as he hit the ice, it was like it was ice.
Yeah.
But it was worse than shoes. There was absolutely no grip because the blades went biting. It just went straight over.
I hope he realised before he tried to stand back up again.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't even see it.
You don't see it, no. I've heard of sticky tape's been used for many evil tricks like that before. At the end of the first period, 20-minute period run time, we have an even game, 1 goal each. First one scored by Matt Price by Newcastle. Did you get the scorer for the Raptors goal?
I'm not sure on that one.
We'll see if we can find out the break. But we'll be back here for the second period of this East Coast Super League game between the Newcastle North Stars and the Raptors in round about... Actually, it's only a few minutes.
Yep, so we'd only be probably...
They're not doing an ice clean.
No, they do an ice clean between the second and the third.
I won't have time for a beer.
Yep, so the ice clean between the second and third started last year, I'm fairly sure, just to try and...
Freshen the ice up.
Yeah, and because it's becoming a bit more competitive in East Coast Super League as well, and they're tightening up the ranks on older players, because East Coast is ideally ARHL feeder for teams, so you're only supposed to have a certain amount of players over, I think it's 25, and then you're supposed to have those younger players coming out of midgets, preparing for ARHL, or still playing quite competitive hockey when they can. Well,
if you need the veterans to have that... experience and chance to educate the younger players, but also, they're regular guys. Oh, we've got to change a goalie. Well, looks Harley Quinton Jones is in. And it's great to see these guys still get a chance to play high-level hockey.
Yeah. So you have to pick and choose who your senior players are going to be, because they're going to be the only ones that you have.
Well, Newcastle were close to not having a team, but thanks to Matt Taylor, and now they've got Matt Price and Alan Campbell, they've got a good one.
Yeah. It makes a big difference having guys who are a little bit more controlled.
Back up in the way, and Matt Price quickly heading off to his office behind his own net. He makes a pass. Newcastle can't control it going into the zone, and once again he's passing to his old mate Alan Campbell. But Raptors have shoveled the puck out of their zone. It's back in, it goes, and Matt Taylor will hand it off to Campbell, who's looking to take a shot. That is wide of the net and into the corner for Raptors to retrieve. So remember, 20-minute run time. Shot on net by Price and a save by Tilstead. He's got the slap shot going.
Alan Campbell's definitely, you can tell that he's played really experienced hockey before and his hits are hard. But it'll be good to see as he gets really back in the swing of it, how he speeds back up again and really makes our Newcastle boys work for it as well.
Yeah, I think he's going to be devastating once he gets his feet back under him.
Yeah, for sure.
He stayed really fit in that whole time, no matter how big his beard has grown. He's had a pretty epic beard at times. And once he gets that speed up and his edge is really going, I think it'll be pretty devastating this league.
Yeah, we're back to 5-on-5 as well, with the Raptors having their play right at the penalty box.
He came out of the play and joined the play there. Ben Chalker also playing. It's brother of Jason Chalker, who's been playing AHL on and off for 10 years more.
Yeah, he's currently out with an injury at the moment, so he's been out there at training helping the players, and I know Ben Chalker is probably nearly as well known as...
Oh, that rebound just ricocheted off the backboards and went to one of the players. That was Raptors' Jim Vonacek, another ex-AHL player, played for, I think, Ice Dogs and Bears at times. Now playing with his brother here in East Coast Super League team. He had a great chance in close. Raptors try to set one up. It's gaining too fast. Went past it there. And now it's going to be, I think it's Cooper Naden into the Raptors zone. Shakes off a couple of ways. Still got it and gets a shot away, but the whistle had already gone. I think, unless it was Newcastle being called.
I think it was offside.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair enough. Can't take a shot if you're offside.
Yeah. Someone made the mistake of that in my game the other week, and it was intentional offside according to the ref. So,
but I didn't mean it.
Yeah, I didn't mean to do it. It was just an accident.
That's right. It was accidental intentional offside.
Yeah.
Back on the way, and Raptors win that face-off. Down it goes deep, and they'll send it around the boards with reverse, chip it off the boards and into neutral ice. But it's broken up by the stick of the defender there for Newcastle. I think it's Jackson Idle, or was it Josh Hansen?
So Josh Hansen's wearing the cage. It's easy to see him after he lost his teeth a couple of years ago.
Ouch.
He hasn't gone back to a visor.
I played with Josh here in local league.
Yeah.
I think it was probably 2012 was the last time I played, and he was in my team. He was one of our best players. Yeah, skilled guy. And he's really progressing well. Great to see him playing East Coast Super League.
I think he's also played a few AIHL games, hasn't he?
He might have played just a couple. Usually at the beginning of the season when we're waiting for a couple of players, there's some guys who gets opportunities. Like Sam Lambert's had that opportunity. I think Josh might have had at least one or two.
I think it was probably about 4 years ago.
That'd be about right, because he was really rising fast. I mean, he was really killing it in the local ranks. And
had he played overseas as well?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Just pretty gifted, I think, to be a local player and to progress that quickly.
Yeah.
If you've got good skills and you work really hard, we've seen it happen. Shot on net, just a weak one, and it's easily paddled away there by Harley Quinton-Jones. Matt Taylor, the wearing the C for Newcastle, sends it around the boards, and first to it is Campbell. Under pressure from Spence Austin, who's working with the captain Matt Taylor to get out of Newcastle's end. They chip off the boards and chase, but first to it are the Raptors, and they'll take control. Spence Austin now bounces off the boards and hits the yellow strip and just bounces crazily in Newcastle's end, so it's become an icing call.
So Josh Hansen and a few of like Sam Lammert and Pat Naden were all kind of brought up at the same time. Steve Lindsay was very prominent in coaching.
Yes.
So I think a lot of them had that big advantage, and that gave them a really good kick to get going. And he was also their, I think he was national coach for a while there, or at least state coach.
Yeah, Steve did a few years of national youth team, NYT. Battle for the puck right now in Newcastle's end. Good pressure by the Raptors. Josh Hansen gets to the puck first. He's got pressure though, and it's Jim Vonacek coming down low. He's looking for a chance. Oh, it's close at the back door there.
Yeah.
Riley Ryan with a great chance.
The Raptors are often left wide open in the slot, or they'll put two in the slot and they'll only have one man there to cover them.
So Newcastle, let's see, Josh Hansen and Jaden Whitbread, defensemen. So I don't know if Josh is that young. I think he's probably mid-20s now.
Yeah, he is.
But it was a good opportunity and look, they've got some really experienced guys in this Raptors team, guys who play at AIHL. They know where they should be. So this is his first for the East Coast Super League that we're broadcasting today, but it's also first up on the Jumbotron.
Yes.
They're on our TVs around the place. So if you're listening in, I hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. We're just running up our systems, but it's great to get a chance to broadcast some local hockey.
I know a few of the guys were very confused, but also excited secretly that they were going to be live streamed. They're asking for their moment to get interviewed.
Well, they may get the chance yet.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Matt Price back in the AIHL in coming years.
Number 3, Sahil Kotian. He's involved right now, very involved. He's not a player I know, so we'll have to see if we can find out some more about him. He looks pretty good. Laurie Mock, number 2. Number 2, I haven't seen him tonight. I was hoping Laurie Mock would be here tonight, but I don't think I've seen him. And Laurie played for the Knights in Canberra in the AHL and then the Bears. And, of course, we know him from when the Fox team, which was Jess and Laurie at Fox, were doing AHL weekly wraps. Newcastle on pressure here. Can't get it out of the zone. Raptors bring it back in.
Big attempt of a
shot on net. Saved by Harley Quinton-Jones. Big rebound though. And Raptors get it back. Matt Price trying to block it.
Oh.
Stopped by Harley Quinton-Jones with another rebound, and that's up into the netting. We're going to stop a play, and Newcastle will be looking forward to that break.
I can imagine Harley's definitely telling his defence to stop letting the Raptors stand right in front of him. Those guys are pretty much in the crease waiting for that pass. Newcastle's just got to push a little bit harder to get them out.
Face off. That's blocked in front. And another chance for Raptors, but this time it's on the stick. Oh, it's covered up by Harley Quinton-Jones. Cooper Naden and Vonacek swap gloves. Smell the glove game.
I imagine they would be pretty gross. You don't really smell hockey when you're out on the ice, though. It's just like a collective smell of a game.
Mm.
That's what I tell myself, at least.
There's going to be a penalty here. I'm not sure on whom, but there was an extra bit of pushing.
On the Raptors.
Looks like it's on the Raptors, because carrying the puck is Matt Taylor into the Raptors zone. Takes it wide, looking for Matt Campbell. Instead he's going to the point. Long pass will connect at the far side. I think it's Lammett. No, Jackson Knight is out there. Or is that 18? You can't see some of the numbers well. You guys are not supposed to tuck it into their pants. There.
No matter how hard I try, my jersey is always tucked into the back of my pants.
It was Jaden Whitbread. Stop a play now, so it will be a power play for the North Stars.
I think it was for... Let's see what that penalty was for. I think it was for boarding, possibly. It was this one. The punch. The punch signal.
That's boarding.
Boarding,
yeah. That's the boarding. Chance in front. It's going out the other side. Raptors will pursue it, so a bit of pressure down in the Raptors' end at the moment. Newcastle on the power play. There's 1:40 left in that. There's 10:41 left in this period. She's thrown on net by Al Campbell, but it's kept out by Tilstead. Campbell throwing the hits and gets a little high, and I think he's been called. He has been called for interference. It did cost the man a stick.
Yeah, he's definitely not happy.
Well, he got the penalty, so that's an even up. And we're going to have... So Alan Campbell's penalty is yet to start, while the other one ticks away.
His stick actually looks fine. I think he was just cranky and threw it.
Well, okay. That's his.
Maybe it's cracked a little bit.
That's his right. Face off to the left of Quinton Jones. Run out by Newcastle with a bit of speed. Up ice goes Jeremy. And still 4-on-4 for another 40 seconds. Raptors now have possession. Long cross-ice pass is missed and chipped forward by Kyle Andrews. And at the moment it's just pinball bouncing around in the neutral ice. Now we have Vodacek into the zone. He shakes off one defender with a nice move, but it's just dribbled through the heart of Quinton Jones and he'll stop the play.
Good idea, because that Raptor was coming in for it. They're exchanging some words, Matt Price and number 21 on their team, which is Jaden Ryan. I love a good East Coast game because usually there's a bit of heat. Like I like a good hit, possibly a fight.
Yep. Well, this is really, I mean, AHL's, even though it's still amateur, it's kind of professional level, and there's a lot riding on it.
Yeah.
Sponsors
Whereas
and
East
all.
Coast, you're kind of responsible for yourself.
You play for love, don't you?
Yeah. And not love.
And if you want to drop the gloves, it's really a personal thing. It's not about the team.
You've got to be careful, though, with Ice Hockey New South Wales pushing down on it and giving loss of game points if they get over a certain amount of penalty minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll stop some silly stuff. Stop a play again, and one of the penalties is expired, so there's a short power play if the clock does not run out on it for the Raptors, while Campbell stays in the box. But we're talking about probably under 10 seconds, and puck drops with 11 left in that penalty. Clearing attempt fails there for Luke Shaffron. Puck is loose, a shot on net, and it's wide. Good opportunity there for Laurie. Oh, it is Laurie Mock. There he is, number 2. Big shot, but doesn't get it through. Actually, it went through everybody, but it wasn't anywhere near the net. Raptors with the puck. Kept in by the North Stars. 7:34 left in the period. Raptors have it behind the net. Newcastle steal the puck away, knocking it down, but it's cleared out by the Raptors. So we're not getting good stick-to-stick passes here. The pressure is, it's tight. So guys aren't getting much time and space to get away clean passes.
Now got a penalty against him.
Yeah, he's stopped that player from getting to the puck. It wasn't close enough to the puck. And that'll be a pretty clear case of interference, so a good opportunity here for the Raptors. So we've had no goals since the first period. Newcastle's first goal was when
there was no goalie.
On the power play, there was no goalie.
Hopefully Newcastle still keep their cool, because I know previously when Matt Taylor's gotten a penalty and a game, like a game penalty, the rest of the team kind of lost their minds a little bit. I think they follow him quite closely.
Oh, good save by Harley Quinton-Jones. Close in snapshot there. Keeps it out. I think that was Jaden Ryan with the shot. And Raptors have it in their end. They're on the power play.
They have a lot of space out there. There's
Pad
not very
save.
much pressure.
Rebound. Harley Quinton-Jones holds up against Spence Austin, who was driving the net. And he stayed with it and even gets a tap from Spence Austin on a good job. There does Quinton-Jones.
The Raptors are coming through the middle with a lot of space. They're just carrying the puck straight through, so if we could get rid of that, I feel like it would definitely slow them down. But they're also obviously a very experienced team with each other. They know where to pass. They have a fair bit of speed and very good passes as well. Oh,
good save there by Harley Quinton-Jones, close in on Jim Vonacek. He did a nice little backhand right on the short side. He was out of position, was Harley.
Bit of push and shove between
we've got another
Jaden
stop of
Ryan
play.
And Riley Bryn. He's a big guy. Jaden Whitbread is not.
No, he's a little fella.
The biggest?
Jim Vonacek's another little fella. I think he's smaller than Hazelhurst.
Yeah. He's like a little pocket rocket.
So are the Vonacek boys. They're very good players. Down to 5 minutes in this second period. 1-1 still the score. And now the Raptors got one in the box. There will be a short period of 4-4. There's about 10 seconds left of that, and then it will be a power play for the North Stars. Foot race. Matt Price battling to get the puck. Instead, it's won away by a teammate. Joey Gunner was the Raptors player in there. Price with it now. He chips out neutralised, but there's good pressure from the Raptors. They have been playing these North Stars nice and tight, getting in, giving them no space. Attempted shot on net, just dribbles through to the fence after it was hit by a stick, and the Raptors clear, but it's icing waved off. So Matt Price waits for the player to commit. That's Sahu Kotien, and it's loose now, and North Stars do not connect on that pass. 4:02 remaining in the period. 1-1 into the zone. Newcastle go. They're offside. Took too long to bring the puck in. Yeah, it's not what you want to do on the power play, is it, Lucy?
No, we have about 50 seconds left, so hopefully we'll take advantage of it. Matt Price would have had a good chance to skate through the middle, but he skated off looking like he was possibly a bit hurt. Was holding his wrist, it looked like, maybe. So hopefully we'll get a shot on now. We're going quite wide, and then they're pushing us right out of the slot, so...
Chance for Raptors. They've got some speed. They've got a 2-on-1. A couple of North Stars doubling back quick, and they do get there to cover off Laurie Mock, who was coming in on the far side. So a desperate bit of defence. North Stars now bring it up. They go up the middle. Carrying the puck is David Jeremy, and a quick shot on net is stopped by Dave Del Tilstead, and we're going to stop the play with under just around 3 minutes to go.
The Raptors team looks a little bit older for the most part as well. A lot of their players look quite experienced, whereas we have quite a new team for Newcastle. Some of these boys have just come out of midget, some of them have just started they've just come back from long breaks, and they don't actually have a coach to train with. So I'm pretty sure one of their players is coaching and captain. It
could be Paul Bond. They've got several guys who can do that job.
Yeah, so they can always put you off to really get a swift team dynamic.
There's going to be a call on Jim Vonacek for a slash there. I saw it very clearly, and I saw Rick Westhand go at the same time. So number 20, Vonacek, into the box. He doesn't even... he just skates directly to the gate. It was him. And it's 2:12 remaining in the second. 1-1 still the score.
It's definitely not worth arguing with the ref in a league like this.
No, it was a pretty clear one. It was very clear from where we were sitting too.
A lot of penalties so far, so you see why they both have over 100 penalty minutes, both teams.
To the blue line. Shot on net is off some skates, but it's picked up by Newcastle. They're now in the power play, of course. Hansen hands off to Taylor. Quick shot and stopped by the fence. Newcastle pick up the scraps, but is blown down with 1:30 left in the period.
The Raptors definitely collapse down on their net. They don't give them any space to get those little scrappy rebounds in, which makes a big difference.
And it's good to change lines when you're killing a penalty, when there's run time. It runs some time off the clock. Face off. Contested win. Raptors get control and reverse it. Kept in by North Stars, Matt Price. Alan Campbell will pick it up. So these two quickly making an impression on this team. Recently returned to the game.
They're both big units as well.
Yeah, Matt Price more shoulder width, but Alan Campbell's a good 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah.
Quick close-in shot by, I think it was Lammett, and it's a save by Tilstead, and they continue to contest the puck in the Raptors' end. Down to 30 seconds in the second, and that's could have been an unfortunate bounce for the North Stars, but it's gone to Alan Campbell and Josh Hansen. Down to 20 seconds remaining in the period. There's an opportunity here if the Raptors can win this puck. Jaden Ryan just watches it. And down to 12. Quick shot on net is wide by the North Stars. And that should see out the period. I don't think we're going to get any other opportunities. No, that's the end of the period. So a pretty tightly contested period here at Hunray Skating Stadium. The Newcastle North Stars East Coast Super League team and the Penrith Raptors are 1-1 after 2 periods, with 20 minutes to come, the last 5 being stop time.
Yeah, hopefully they both kind of kick it up a notch now and really put the pressure on, because we're seeing it come out a little bit here and there, but there's also a lot of passes, bumping off sticks, and a lack of real push to get the puck. So we'll see whether they speed it up come the third, because they do have a 20-minute break now as there's an ice clean to go back to the change room and talk about game strategy, I suppose.
So an ice clean coming up. We'll be back in probably around about 10 minutes for the third and final period. And here at Hunray Skating Stadium, this East Coast Super League team game between the North Stars and the Raptors. Welcome back to Hunter Rice Gaming Stadium for the third and final period here at this East Coast Super League game. We have the Penrith Raptors and the Newcastle North Stars at 1 goal each after 2 periods. This third period will be runtime until the last 5 minutes. So once there is a stop of time of the clock, once the 5-minute point is reached, the clock will stop at that point. Up to that point, the clock will run. And Peter Lambert here with Lucy Bourne calling this game.
Hi everyone, welcome back. It's interesting to see whether these guys have still got warm legs. They all look a little bit kind of slow and they have to re-warm up again.
Yeah, so there was no clean after the first period. Ice was left as it was, which is fine. With runtime periods, they tend to go close to double the speed anyway of a stop time period, so that's understandable. It's basically equivalent of a 20-minute full stop time period.
Still fairly new for these guys to have an ice clean during their game, though. Seeing they only started last year,
it should make their game a bit nicer for this third period with some clean ice.
Yeah.
Looks like Anne did a fairly dry cut too, though. So the good news is that means it's going to dry. It mostly looks like it's already dry.
Yeah. And
before Request will drop the puck. So 1-1. The first goal for the North Stars scored when the Raptors were without a goalie. He got stuck in traffic and wasn't on the game until it had already about 5 or 6 minutes ticked away. In that time, the North Stars managed to score the 1 goal. It wasn't too long afterwards that the Raptors got one back. And so we've been at 1-1 since that time. So most of the first 2 periods, we haven't had much scoring. It's been pretty tightly contested. Not a lot of space and time for these players to play. The Raptors especially a bit more experienced and crowding the North Stars. Not giving them much opportunity to get good passes away and set up scoring opportunities.
Their players should pretty much come straight out of the box with only 1 second left to go as well, so it'll be 5-on-5.
Starting on 5-on-4, but here we go, and now it's 5-on-5, and no rush for Jim Vonacek. Newcastle with a chance in front though, but that's deflected away by Spence Austin.
Everyone's slipping on the fresh cut ice.
Yeah, this is a new experience for him. Third period. That quick shot on net.
We're used to the
is
Huddley ice.
Darren now, or is that Harley, you think?
That's Harley,
it's Harley in 31.
Yeah, it is Harley.
Off the boards, and the Raptors will play it up along the boards into the zone. I think it's Nathan Moncrief was playing that puck.
So he got levelled by, who was it? Matt Price.
Matt Price, 14. So as we discussed on the game, Matt Price and Noah Campbell, both ex-AHL players for the North Stars and good friends, and they've just kind of reunited with Campbell back in town. Shot on net, a save by Tilstead. He shows the glove. A little bit of whirlwind, windmill action going there, and a good save to keep Raptors 1-1. It's all marketing. Captain Paul Bond gives him a tap. Good save. It was a nice save. Laurie Mock loses that face-off to Cooper Naden. And Newcastle are keeping some pressure on right now. We're back to even teams, but good to see this North Stars team with a bit of hustle down low.
We've got a lot of local boys in our East Coast team as well, which is really good to see. We've got even players like Corey Sheridan, you've got Darren, you've got Josh Hansen, a lot of ones who haven't necessarily played overseas but are still getting a really good go and are still very competitive in this league. For anyone who wasn't watching, also our linesman just fell over and it was hilarious.
Was that Peter?
Yes, it was.
That was Peter. There's also been a penalty called either on both teams. We've got consecutive penalties, and now it's 4-4, I believe. Yeah, it's 4-4. So they were not consecutive in that case. My apologies. Quick shot on net, and that's just wide. Sent down there by number 13, Jackson Knight. Chance for the Raptors in close. Diving and saving attempt, and smothered by Harley Quentin Jones. We've got a bit of action here with 17:27 left in the first period. 1:28 now left on this power play.
That was
4-4.
Pretty well 2-0, that breakaway then. Lucky Harley isn't nervous to really put his body out on the line.
back underway. Around the boards, the puck goes. Newcastle will retrieve it themselves as there's no pressure on them at the moment. Into neutralise, but straight to the Raptors player. Holding the puck right now is Riley Ryan. He gets the puck away and up the left wing, but they're cut off by Josh Hansen in 12. Sam Lammett looking for some space, gets the pass away, finds it, does Matt Taylor. Quick shot on the save by Tilstead. Taylor will give it again. Such a hard worker, but he's never had that really close in dexterity, the silky hands, Taylor.
Yeah.
He had a couple of opportunities now in and under his skates, so he didn't have a good opportunity to dig it out and take a shot.
You'd imagine you'd have silky hands being a physiotherapist, not like hockey silky.
Yeah, I'm sure they're very strong hands. Physios are usually very strong in the arms and so on, but he's never had not like someone like Brian Bales who you think could everything he touches turns to butter. Hansen sends a puck around the boards, and the guys have really stopped skating. There's not much urgency at the moment. We'll talk about in the break. Canberra gets to the puck first. Battle for the puck down low right now.
Do you know who that 96 is?
I'm just trying to find out who 96 is. I can't ID him. The puck is loose way down, but Newcastle get to it first and get it up to neutralise. Yeah, I can't pick out who 96 is. And I don't have it on my sheet, sorry. Puck is retrieved by the Raptors, now Newcastle in front. So Raptors, lots of pressure down low, 15-13 left in the third and final period.
North Stars are missing a lot of passes, which is really slowing
nice
them down.
Pass, that one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Couldn't control it, Al Campbell. He probably will a bit more time on ice. He just returned to the game, and he'll be picking those up and skating away with speed. In close, Sam Lammett, but a save by Tilstead. Sorry, that wasn't Sam Lammett. That was number 25, David Jeremy.
I think he's also played youth for Australia as well, I think. I'm fairly sure.
Face off to the left of Tilstead, won by the Raptors. Paul Bond gets to it first. He'll send around the boards with some speed, and it's right down the other end, so it's actually going to be icing, I think.
And no one is skating for it, so lucky they
that's
won't
all right.
either.
Yeah, you don't want to skate for it when it's icing. Don't want to necessarily burn calories.
I have an eternal fear that I won't skate very hard for it once, and someone will just come blasting up next to me, and my dad will hate me in goals because I wasn't trying hard enough.
Yeah, it's a bit tougher when you got family pressures on. So I think the Raptors have only got a change of 4, so they're probably playing with 3 defensemen. So fatigue could come into it later in this period. The short bench.
They've been playing pretty smart all game though. They've made a lot of well thought out passes, and it seems like they're doing less chasing than Newcastle is.
Yeah, that's experience. That's probably part of their tactics, is to make Newcastle
big
skate
hit
harder.
From Cooper Naden
Chalker in front, and he's taken down hard by Paul Bond, and we've got a bit of a stick clash between Bond and 98's Cooper Naden, is it?
Yeah.
In front of the net, and Bond did get spotted on that one. He was antagonising the smaller player more than the small player was antagonising him, and he was called.
Oh no, Cooper put a big hit on him.
He did put a big hit on him, but that's part of the play.
Yeah.
It was a retribution that got Paul Bond into trouble there.
Yeah.
13 minutes left in the period.
I have a feeling Cooper Naden's one of those players where he'll laugh at you after you get sent off though. Which is well thought out, seeing it usually makes him madder.
He doesn't have his brother's height though.
No.
Pat's over 6 foot. Cooper's only a little guy. Off the glass, a nice dispatch there by Harley Quinton-Jones. If I remember right, he's always been pretty good playing the puck, Harley, from goal. One of those goalies with that ability.
And he's pretty good playing out as well.
That's probably part of it. Holding the puck. It's Newcastle. Quick shot on net is wide. Tilstead will tap it away with the stick. Up to the blue line. Matt Price winds up and takes a shot, and it's loose in front. Ben Chalker can't bury it. chance in front. I have a suspicion that's Nick Quirk in 96.
I was thinking that too, actually.
Nick Quirk's another ex-AHL player. He was a mate of Price and Campbell back in the day, so perhaps they've got a third guy to come join him. Nick Quirk has good hands. He certainly did in his time, and he had good burst of speed. Ex-inline player.
Did he have quite a prominent nickname?
Quirky.
I feel like there was something else. Maybe that was it. Maybe that's what I'm remembering.
Into the zone, but Newcastle are offside, and we're going to stop a play with 11:27 and ticking. 35 seconds and ticking on that power play.
Hopefully Newcastle get a good shot off from here. They've changed up their lines a little bit, unless one of their centres is just a bit tired, possibly.
Could get a bit more feeling in this game as we go, Lucy, because still, I mean, we've got a tired team who we've got a short bench.
Yep.
But we've got also Newcastle may not have the same experience, but they'll want to win, and they've got a longer bench and the opportunity. They'll want to win, so I think
they've only had one win so far this season out of the 6 games.
I do think there'll be a bit more urgency as this period goes on, and once we get to stop time as well, there won't be that ability to run the clock. Down low, Raptors get to it first. They send it out in front, but it's gone through and out the side to the guys with the white jerseys, being the North Stars. We're trying to ID 96, and another name that's come up is Brad Harkins. So we'll see if we can ID him for you, but down to 10 minutes left in the period, the halfway point, although remember that last 5 minutes is stop time, so that will make it go pretty much at half the speed. Face off to the left of Harley Quinton-Jones. He flashes at that puck as it goes past.
I'm nearly sure that's Nick Quirk, since looking at photos of him.
You think so? It did look like Nick Quirk to me. I don't know Brad, so I couldn't tell you if they had any similar look or size, but back on the way, a chance in front, puck bouncing around, crashing the net out of the Raptors, and I think he's kept it out.
And he's fallen on Harley by the looks of it.
Literally crashing the net in that case.
Yeah. Harley did a cool little jump chest save, but it's kind of come back to bite him after getting landed on.
Back underway to the right of Quinton-Jones. And that puck has been iced off the face-off by Newcastle, so they'll go back to the other end. Down to 8:24 at this stage, and puck is dropped. Kept in by Spence Austin, around the boards it goes. Cooper Naden with the puck. He'll get it back from his D-mate, and they chip it out of the zone, and it's kept in by the Raptors. Around the boards it goes. Newcastle can't clear. Good pressure by the Raptors. Under the 8-minute mark now. It's inter-neutralised, so a chance for Newcastle to change, and a couple do. Pass intercepted, and Newcastle get back into the zone they go. Stick handling there by, I think, that's got to be Nick Quirk. And the way he skates with his hands wide apart, that's Nick Quirk.
Yeah.
That was completely his way. You do get to know some guys the way they skate, don't you?
Definitely. I can recognise nearly my whole brother's team by the way they skate.
Down to 7:20. Newcastle struggling to break out of the zone. Good pressure by the Raptors. Newcastle not organised. Not connecting passes.
It's a very under-enthusing last couple of minutes. And Except
in
for
close,
just then.
desperate save by Quinton Jones. He's knocked the net off its moorings.
Whenever I say that something doesn't work or that we're getting kind of slow, they pick it up. So
I do think the intensity is about to ramp up.
yeah.
Down to 6 minutes and 50 seconds.
Raptors will be getting a little bit tired come now as well, having their short bench.
Back underway. Newcastle with the puck. Sent up to the boards. Now they're breaking out.
Oh,
Lammett loses the puck. Can he get it back? No. It's going from team to team right now. And Newcastle can't get it into the zone. Campbell there was looking to pick it up at the blue line, but didn't get the connecting pass. Matt Taylor leaves it behind. It's picked up a Laurie Mock. He'll wait and fire the puck on net. And it's blocked in into the corner. 6:05 left in the period.
Raptors are really good at sitting behind the North Stars when they're not expecting them to be there, and they pick up that pass as they get it, and it's really slowing us down a lot. Also because we're not looking before we receive the pass and moving as much as they are, but
Back underway. Newcastle not connecting on their cross-ice pass, and it's going to be the Raptors coming in with some pressure. Quick shot on net and a blocker save, and a good one by Quinton Jones. Puck bouncing around. Laurie Mott goes down and takes out one of the North Stars players. I think it was Corey Sheridan with him. Accidental, nothing in it. Newcastle now breaking out, and we've got to stop the play.
he tried to get back at him and he did
He's
a
been
late
called
hit.
for retaliation.
Yeah.
So we should. The clock may stop here before the face-off. In fact, teams are probably dawdled to make sure it does. Yeah, it will. We're about to click down to 5 and stop. And stop.
Maybe not stopping.
Okay. That may not be the rule.
I'm fairly sure it's the last 5.
It should stop now, and it does. Okay.
Yeah.
So it might have been that the first stop after the 5-minute mark.
Okay.
So this will be good value for the Raptors. They can have almost a full 2 minutes now of power play without the clock ticking on them.
Yeah, it was not a good
Close
time
at all.
to...
That was a good opportunity at the back door there.
Not a
Couldn't
good
connect.
time to get payback for Corey being in the box now.
Spence Austin had that opportunity from the point, but right now working around the outside are the Raptors. Vonacek, look at that spin move of his. You can see a guy at that level.
It's like they have magnets on their stick
Yeah.
and the puck.
Yeah, when they're that good. Long pass and connects nicely onto the stick there of Jane Ryan. He's up the left wing. He waits.
Newcastle's
pauses in
giving
the
him
zone.
a lot of space.
Yeah, they've got their box penalty kill, and they're keeping to that, and that's probably a fine. They're collapsing in now as the Raptors start to creep in. It's going to send one man in for a screen, and it's in loose, and they score! Raptors get a second one, so the deadlock that's lasted for almost the entire game is finally broken. We've got 3:56 left in this final period, and the penalty comes at a cost for Newcastle.
Still
down to
plenty
1.
of time to get another goal though.
For sure. Really, a couple of AHL games happening at the moment too, Lucy.
Yeah, how are they going?
I've not seen any scores yet, but
Okay.
can see that the game's underway for the Ice and the Bears.
And the Adelaide should be starting in about 40 minutes, I think.
That's right, 5 o'clock in New South Wales Eastern Time. The game will start. It's 4:30 Central. Raptors will send it in, but it's gone to the North Stars. Out it goes again, and doesn't connect to Matt Taylor, so it's going to be Paul Bond skating onto that puck. Got some pressure there from Taylor and Lammett and Al Campbell. Those are three that I would think you're going to have to step up here for the North Stars if you're going to level and possibly win this game. Thrown back on net, bouncing around kind of wildly there, but stopped by Quinton Jones with the pillows. Raptors trying to shovel it out of the corner. They do get it away, but it's behind the net, and North Stars will be first to it.
Once we stop giving away these passes, it would definitely help us.
Lammett collides with one of the Vonchik boys, I think it was. No. Newcastle with the puck right now. Pass is hard and through the stick of Lammett, but he's picked it up and taken him to the corner. He's got Taylor in front. Calling for it. Now it's the Raptors. They're taken away. He's going to dump and chase. It's Jen Ryan into the corner from the corner, and comes out the other side with the puck.
The Raptors have a really fast and effective breakout. You can
They
tell
do.
it's something they're
Well
really
organised.
confident with.
Yeah, it's made a big difference in this game. At the blue line, a little bit lazy there. Caught out was David Jeremy. He was waiting for the puck to come to him, and the Raptors player didn't wait. Went and snatched it from him. Spence Austin gets a quick shot away. Puck is loose. Can't get it away on net. Harley Quinton Jones is keeping Newcastle in it. We're down to 1 minute and 50. Another one in close. Another save. Rebound. This time cleared by Newcastle, and we've got a foot race for the puck. Should be an easy win for Spence Austin. He's in the power position now. In close, Jane and he's met with a couple of green jerseys. Loose. Matt Price. In comes Nick Quirk looking for the tip in. Shot on net and an easy stop for Harley Quinton Jones with 1:21 left in the third period.
They are taking really good shots as well, and they're all pushing hard to stay in the slot, whereas we are getting pushed out of the slot.
Yep.
They're really fighting to stay in there, and they'll often have 2 or 3 players in there, which can make a really big difference to getting those rebounds, and even just crowding Harley and making him miss a possible.
Timeout called, I assume, is by the North Stars, as the Raptors have burnt theirs already.
You'd imagine they'd be putting some kind of power play line out now to try and get that goal to even up the score.
Yeah, they'll pick their most likely scoring line, and they'll also be making plans to pull the goalie.
Yeah. You can see a lot of a few teams in Newcastle leaning towards having, in their rep division in Newcastle, having 4 forwards and 1 defence on their power play. So it'll be interesting to see whether we do the same when we're looking a bit more desperate for that goal.
May not be a bad plan. They've got some players who can do that.
Yeah.
So score for the Bears game, there's no scoring yet. It's 0-all.
These refs are generous with these timeouts today.
Yeah, they've been a good minute or 2 each. I suppose, especially that Raptors one went for about 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
I think everybody wanted a proper game with the goalie here, and they already knew he was here, so I think everyone was fine with that.
There's also a bit of pride in East Coast Super League. There's definitely, you don't want to just get a win by default.
Yes.
They
want
want to get a proper win.
They want a proper game. Both teams want that. Back underway. We're in the last minute and a half of the game. Newcastle will... could be icing here, and it is called, so they won't be pulling Harley Quinton Jones yet.
They weren't quite ready. It seemed like they planned to ice it, but they weren't. The other player wasn't quite ready to skate up and get it, and to be first to the puck. Interesting that Corey Sheridan and Cooper Naden are out for this power play rather than Sam Lammett or some other players.
Well, they have a plan. Let's see if they can do it.
Yeah.
We're going to play changing right now, and except the linesman was in the way, and he's fallen. Matt Taylor's on the ice now, and a big hit at the blue line. A clean one, and a good one for Newcastle at least. That was Matt Taylor with a bit of force coming through, determined to get out of his zone. He gets it up to the blue line. Josh Hansen takes a shot on net, and it's stopped. There must be a penalty on Raptors.
Checking from behind for number 13, so that's Joey Gunner.
So we've got to stop play. There's 39 seconds remaining.
He checked Matt Taylor up against the boards from behind.
So they're going to need one person to sit. It won't really matter very much at this stage. We're down to 39 seconds.
He's been sent to the change rooms anyway.
But they'll still need somebody to sit his place. I think Laurie Mock's skating over there to take a seat.
The hard thing is it's often your experienced strong players who volunteer to take and sit the penalties, when I'm like, no, just don't do it. Keep your strong players
That's
out
right.
on the ice.
They have a line out there. They've probably organised it that way. That'll be fine. Face off, won by Newcastle. Keep it in the zone.
We've also pulled Harley, so we have 6 on now.
And attempted a long shot there by Spence Austin's gone to Jim Vonacek. He has lost the puck due to a diving defence effort by Josh Hansen. We're down to 23 seconds. Newcastle skating it forward. They have 6 on versus 4. Can they keep it alive? They do. Taylor gets it back. He's got Hansen in front. Deflection attempt. A good one by Lemon, but just wide. Kept in the zone. And I think it's another penalty. Down to 3.8 seconds. That's about the game. I really don't see much opportunity here for the North Stars except off the face-off. There's a slashing call on the North Stars. So that pretty much will be the game, Lucy.
Yeah. It's a shame that there was that call then. Harley's back in net, so we'll have to pull another one of our forwards off. It's a shame that it didn't have that intensity all the way through the game that they've had in the last 30 seconds.
In the last couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, we thought that may happen. Back underway. Newcastle's puck. Long shot by Matt Taylor. Desperation one.
Wasn't a bad shot, though.
No, pretty good because he did most of the ice there. But it's a win for the Raptors. Well done, Dale Tilstead, Paul Bond, and this team from Penrith. They've come away 2-1 victors despite having no goalie for the first few minutes here at Hunray Skating Stadium against the home team, the North Stars. This North Stars team is kind of just forming as they go through the season.
Yeah.
There's 3 veterans back in the they'll be a lot better going forward, so I think we'll see a lot more from this North Stars East Coast team.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us today. It's our first ever East Coast Super League broadcast. In a couple of weeks, we'll be back for the AIHL game. I think the Mustangs are up next. Oh, no, that's next weekend, but we're not broadcasting that one. So we'll be back on the 9th of June. It's going to be our first full go live for the season. We had a couple of Fox games to start off with, and then we've got people away next weekend. So we will do an audio broadcast.
Yep.
But
just
we'll be
audio
here
next
for the
week.
full production on the 9th of June. We look forward to you having there. Thanks for joining us today. Thank you, Lucy.
We'll talk to you next time. Thanks,
we'll
everyone.
Catch you then. Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.
Bye.